Once again, good afternoon. I'm Brian Winnikins, and we are at the Buffalo County Fair for the Buffalo County Swine Show. And throughout the afternoon, we'll be also thanking our sponsors, including Provisions Health of Durand, changing the way you experience healthcare. Visit provisions.health for more information. 24/7 in West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities from the ground up. Find out more. Visit wwt.coop. Pierce Pep and Cooperative Services, your Touchstone Energy partner. Shannon Crop Services, your local PIP seeds dealer and crop insurance advisor, Menominee. Numbers R Us, Common Sense Bookkeeping and more. They're a certified QuickBooks Pro advisor and daily money manager. Visit them online at numbersrus.com or on Facebook. O'Galley Cheese Factory for all of your snacking needs, featuring cheese, locally made beef sticks, sausage, and more. Open 7 days a week, Highway 25 Durand. Bluff Country Feed and Seed, your Dairyland seed dealer and featuring feed for your livestock, Mondovi. Visit bluffcountryfs.com for more information. Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture in rural communities. Visit compeer.com for more information. And Synergy Co-op, your local Ellis tractor dealer. Visit synergycoop.com for more information. Please thank all of our sponsors. They make our broadcast possible. So please thank them. Drop them an email, give them a call. Visit their store and tell them thank you for supporting.
All right, Buffalo County Fair exhibitors, we're going to get this hog show going here pretty quick. Our first class coming up is going to be the market barrel class, so the first lowest entries. So in about 5 minutes here, ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes, we're going to want Finley Knoll, Nessa Knoll, Alex Knoll, Carson Runai, Declan Bork, Allison Johnson, Josie Hulke, Liz Ibieski, and Owen Hayden. This is your 5-minute warning, and we're going to get started here. Yeah. Hey.
Do that announcement again so I can set your level. I want to set the level on my camera. So, I mean, with that other mic, though. Yeah.
This will be the judge's mic.
Oh, okay. I just want to hear it.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get this show going here in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes here. Maybe 4 now since my last announcement. But once again, first class here, market barrels. We're going to be looking for Finley Knoll, Nessa Knoll, Alex Knoll, Carson Runai, Declan Bork, Allison Johnson, Josie Hulke, Liz Ibieski, and Owen Hayden coming up here in just a few minutes.
And again, thank you to our sponsors, including Elsivia Co-op, a leading member-owned agriculture fuel cooperative serving Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois. Visit elsivia.com. Security Financial Bank, where electronic banking is easy. Visit sfbank.com for more information. Sundstrom & Company, your local tax experts. Call them for end-of-year tax planning. That's just around the corner, 672-4425 to schedule your appointment. Prime Realty of Durand. They're the area's #1 home seller. Visit their website at primerealitymidwest.com. Adams Super Service, downtown Durand, your Napa Gold Car Care Center. That's Adams Super Service Durand. N-Tech, your premier communications and entertainment provider, and Dunn Energy, your Touchstone Energy partner. Please thank all of our sponsors. They make our broadcasts possible here on our YouTube channel at Durand Broadcasting WRDN, and also online at our website at realcountry1430.com. Please thank them. Give them a call. Drop them an email. Visit their store. Tell them thank you for supporting these broadcasts. Again, the Swine Show from the Buffalo County Fair will be starting in just a few moments.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if we are exhibitors, if you're ready, we can start bringing your hogs up to the arena. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we want to make sure that we keep the bulk of our spectators out here in the stands watching the show. Okay, if you're not a family member helping out with the hogs, we want to make sure we keep the hog area back here so we got the clear as we possible. Make sure we got a good, nice alley for the hogs to come through. All right, exhibitors, you can start bringing your hogs up. We got our first class of market barrels. Once again, we got Finley Knoll, Nessa Knoll, Alex Knoll, Carson Runai, Declan Bork, Allison Johnson, Josie Hulkey, Liz Zabieski, and Owen Hayden. You can all start bringing your hogs up to the arena. All right, looks like we got all the hogs in the arena. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we kick off our show here tonight, I want to introduce our judge for the evening, Mr. Matt Pearson. Comes to us, he hails from Maiden Rock, Wisconsin. Matt's married to Brianna, and they have a daughter named Flora. They run a small beef cow-calf operation down there in Maiden Rock. Matt is an alumni from the University of Minnesota, where he was a member of the livestock judging team there in his time as a gopher. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Matt Pearson for coming out here tonight.
Again, you're watching coverage of the 2022 Buffalo County Fair Swine Show. As we have our first class, we'll have the beef show tomorrow with our coverage beginning at 9 a.m. and then the livestock auction from the Buffalo County Fair tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. And this year they will be bringing the animals back into the auction ring. So they will change back to that. Last year they just had the exhibitors give a little brief speech. This year they will be bringing the animals back into the auction ring for the livestock auction. Again, we'll have coverage of that coming up tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Again, beef show at 9 a.m., livestock auction at 7 p.m. And then on Saturday morning, it's the dairy show at 9 a.m. Full house here at the Buffalo County Fair, by the way, for the Swine Show. Looks like we're down to our last 5 in the ring. Thank you to our sponsors, including Synergy Co-op, your local Ellis tractor dealer. Visit synergycoop.com for more information. Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture in rural communities. Visit compeer.com for more information. Bluff Country Feed and Seed, your Dairyland seed dealer, and featuring feed for your livestock, Mondovi. Visit bluffcountryfs.com for more information. O'Galley Cheese Factory for all of your snacking needs, featuring cheese, locally made beef sticks, and more. They're open 7 days a week. Highway 25 Durant. Please thank all of our sponsors. They make our broadcasts, our live streams possible on our YouTube channel and on our website. Please give these sponsors a call, drop them an email, visit their store, tell them thank you for supporting these broadcasts. Again, it's our sponsors that make these happen. Again, it's our very first class of the night.
Well, good evening, everybody, and pleasure to be here in Mondovi to judge your junior swine show here this evening, and really nice first class of barrels that we have out here. We've got 2 young ladies driving 2 predominantly black barrels out here, and I think within the tandem of hogs, when we talk about meat animals and market animals especially, the big M word, right, is muscle, and I think both these barrels definitely have that. We want a nice top shape, nice hourglass shape in these hogs. We want them fresh in their appearance. And then we need a few extra bells and whistles, and I think the pig that really probably puts the most good together in terms of a look, structure, and overall muscle standpoint, I'm going to use the young lady with the blue shirt here. She'll be our class winner here this evening. The barrow is really a tall-fronted, nice designed hog when you see him from the side. And right when he came in the ring, he's really bold-bladed, a pig that is really expressively muscled, pig that has quite a bit of top shape. If I want to get a little bit critical of him from hock to ground, he can maybe just get a little tight on the move. But I think a pig in terms of carcass and look, a pig that you really have to appreciate. Young lady's barrow in second, I certainly have to give the nod to that one from a standpoint. Really has some nice shape to him. I think a real nice loose structured barrow. I don't think he's quite as bloomy as the pig that wins the class, but you certainly have to appreciate that barrow for a center body dimension. We get into that red ribbon pen. We'll bring these pigs out next. Young man, exhibitor 121 coming out here. The wider belted, little heavier weight barrow within the class. A pig that really you have to appreciate. He's a really loose structured barrow. A pig that you definitely have to appreciate for that. He's a little bit longer sided. Maybe not quite as flashy though. A pig that maybe wants to get a little bit narrower as he tracks away. Maybe not quite as much bloom as those pigs that are right at the top end of the class. The young lady's hog coming out next. Coming right out of the pen. Another pig that definitely fresh in his appearance. He's expressively muscled, maybe a little bit lighter weight. Pig that needs a little bit more time on feed, but a pig you definitely have to appreciate for his meat animal shape. Into the white ribbon pen here in the middle, we got a trio of barrows that all have some good in them. Young pig coming out right here, really a big centered kind of a hog, maybe needs a little bit more shape. Young man's mass barrow, one that has some muscle but maybe a little bit tighter on the drive, and a little lighter weight blue butted barrow. You certainly have to appreciate, he just needs a little bit more time and growth. And the two pigs we're going to conclude with, I think, really big upscaled pigs that are long bodied. They just don't have the overall look and bells and whistles that we see in some of the other pigs out here. Overall, a really nice set of Class 1 market barrels. Let's give all these exhibitors another round of applause.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our second blue in that class went to Liz Zabieski. Congratulations. First blue in our first class of market barrels, Josie Hulke of the Mondovi FFA. All right, our next group of market barrels should be on their way to the arena. We're looking for Will Zabieski, Abby Ruff, Landon Bramer, Chase Back, Addie Gray, Alan George, Macy Hunger, Jack Zigwide, Mason Schultz, Madison Mahatka, and Eli Sandberg. Second group of market barrels.
Again, you're watching coverage of the 2022 Buffalo County Fair Swine Show on our YouTube channel on Duran Broadcasting WRDN and online at our website at realcountry1430.com. I'm Brian Winnikins. We're in class number 2. Thank you to our sponsors, including Synergy Co-op, your local LS tractor dealer. Visit synergycoop.com for more information. Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm
Once again, we should have 11 hogs in this class. Exhibitors are Will Zabieski, Abby Ruff, Landon Bramer, Chase Back, Addie Gray, Alan George, Macy Hunger, Jack Zigwide, Mason Schultz, Madison Mahatka, and Eli Sandberg. Should be our 11 exhibitors in this class.
Again, thank you to Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture.
I think I counted 11.
Visit Compeer.com for more information.
All right, Mr. Pearson, our weight ranges in this class go from 251 pounds to 281 pounds. We got a 30-pound range here.
Also, thank you to Bluff Country Feed and Seed, your Dairyland seed dealer. They also feature feed for your livestock Mondovi. Visit bluffcountryfs.com for more information. O'Galley Cheese Factory. Visit O'Galley Cheese for all of your snacking needs, featuring cheese, locally made beef sticks, sausage, and more. Open 7 days a week, Highway 25 Durand. Numbers Are Us, common sense bookkeeping and more. They're a certified QuickBooks Pro advisor and daily money manager. Visit them online at numbersareus.com. Pierce Pepin Co-op Services, your Touchstone Energy partner. Shannon Crop Services, your local PIP Seeds dealer and crop insurance advisor, Menominee 24/7. And West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities from the ground up. Find out more, visit wwt.coop. And Provisions Health Durand, changing the way you experience healthcare. Visit provisions.health for more information. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their store. Tell them thank you for supporting our live streams. Without them, we really couldn't do this. It's as simple as that. So please thank all of our sponsors for supporting our broadcasts. Then we'll have the beef show tomorrow at 9, the livestock show tomorrow at 7, and the dairy show Saturday at 9. So we're in class number 2 here. 11 exhibitors in this class.
For everybody that came to see Eli Sandberg's show tonight, you'll notice that he's not out in the ring, and I want to thank Olivia Taylor, Mondovi FFA. Eli's got a broken foot, so he couldn't be out here right now, so Olivia, fellow FFA member, is helping him out.
As you watch the 2022 Buffalo County Swine Show, this reminder, you can listen to WRDN online at realcountry1430.com through our Live 365 app, the TuneIn app as well, as we have that working again. And, of course, on the radio, we feature 7 hours of farm programming Monday through Friday. We kick it off with the WRDN Morning Farm Show from 5 to 7. Hourly updates during the 9, 10, and 11 o'clock hour. We have the noon show at about 12:25 after our local news and sports update. And then from 1 until 3, it's Chip Fleury with Agri Talk. And from 3 till 4, Mike Adams with AOA. During the 4 o'clock hour, our evening farm show, Max Armstrong's in. He has Farm Progress America. And Susan Littlefield is in with our final bell, where she talks with the brokers and market folks to get the wrap on what happened in the markets and why the markets did what they did. Again, you can listen on the radio, 1430 AM stereo and 107.3 FM, online through our website at realcountry1430.com. You can use the Live 365 app and do a search for WRDN or the TuneIn app as well. If you download the TuneIn or the Live 365 app on your Alexa, you'll be able to also listen to us through your Alexa. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Duran Broadcasting WRDN. Don't forget to click the bell for future notifications as well, so that when, like we do the beef show tomorrow, you'll be notified when we go live on the YouTube channel or when we upload an interview, maybe with Superintendent Greg Doverspike from the Durand, Arkansas School District, or videos from various farm events as well. So like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Duran Broadcasting WRDN, and don't forget to click the little bell for future notifications. We're in class number 2 here in Mondovi. Beautiful night in Mondovi for the Buffalo County Fair.
All right, exhibitors, the judges getting close to having the blue ribbon pigs sorted out here. So up on deck, if you have not already done so, next class is going to be Alyssa Johnson, Marley Brummer, Ethan Evans, Ella Tron, Emma Pronjinski, Ella Taylor, Kaya Beck, Nolan Hunger, Layla Ritzler, Deegan Kanitzer, Caleb Ellis, Ava Gray, and Emma Sandberg. You are on deck.
Really nice set of barrels from top to bottom in class, and we got into this last couple hogs here, and I think there's some really nice hogs within our top 2 blue barrels that are standing out here and into that second pen. But I guess for me, we've got 2 blue mass barrels standing out here, and though they may look a little similar in terms of their color pattern, I think they're very different, and I'll tell you about them. I think the barrel right here, really an attractively patterned, really robust, really heavy structured kind of a hog. He's maybe a little bit lower fronted, a barrel that maybe isn't quite as up-headed as the barrel stands ringside with him, but I think a pig that's really flexible, a pig that gets out and goes really good, a pig that's really fresh in terms of his top shape. The young lady's barrel that really drives really well for him, really an up-headed, really attractively patterned, tall-fronted kind of a hog. That's what really attracted me to that barrel. He's really tall-fronted, a pig that's pretty good in his lines. I guess for me, in terms of overall bloom and mass and power, I think this barrel's probably just got a little bit more bells and whistles today. He's going to be our first place blue. Congratulations, young man. 2 really nice barrels in our blue ribbon class. Congratulations to you, young lady. 2 real nice barrels. We get into our red pen here, and I think as we bring them out and I see them, there's 3 belted barrels out here that all are very kind of similar in terms of their muscle. I think succinct differences. I think the young man's barrel coming out next it really a barrel that's probably got a little bit more to him in terms of power and muscle. He gets a little bit narrower and closed up as he travels towards me, though. Young man coming out next to be our next red ribbon pig. I think a pig that really has some nice shape to him. Just gets a little bit more closed up underneath, maybe a little bit hollower in through his forerib. And the young lady's barrel coming in next, the narrower marked barrel, really an expressively big top kind of a hog. Maybe just need to lengthen him out in terms of his front end. The next pen of barrels here coming in, I think definitely pigs that have some shape to them. But in terms of overall just look and design, we maybe want to clean them up, lengthen them out, give them just a little bit more flair. Young lady's crinkle ear barrel, really one you like from a carcass standpoint. He gets a little bit too tightly wound out of his rear hock and pastern. Much the same with the black barrel, just a little too small outline for me. And the narrow or the wide belted barrel definitely has some muscle, just not quite enough bloom. And the last pen of pigs, I think pigs that definitely have some good quality about them. They've got some muscle shape and expression. Maybe just don't balance up quite as well as some of the other pigs within the class. Overall, a really tremendous set of barrels. Let's give these exhibitors another round of applause.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your second blue in that second class of market barrels went to Macy Hunger. Your first blue in that class goes to Chase Back. All right, our third class of market barrels, third out of four. Coming into the ring, we should have Alyssa Johnson, Marley Brummer, Ethan Evans, Ella Tron, Emma Pronjinski, Ella Taylor, Kaya Back, Nolan Hunger, Layla Rissler, Deegan Kanitzer, Caleb Ellis, Ava Gray, and Emma Sandberg. 13 exhibitors should be bringing hogs to the arena for this third class of market barrels.
And you're watching coverage of the 2022 Buffalo County Swine Show on our YouTube channel at Duran Broadcasting WRDN and online at realcountry1430.com. I'm Brian Winnikins. Beautiful night at the Buffalo County Fair in Mondovi. Full house here in the arena for the Swine Show. I appreciate you taking some time out of your evening to join us.
I think we got 13. Mr. Pearson, the weight range on this class is from 282 pounds to 303.
It's class number 3 for tonight. This reminder, if you like the country hits of the 60s through the 2000s, visit our online radio station, Rural Roots Country. You can visit us at ruralrootscountry.com and listen to us right through our website. You can also listen to us through the Live 365 app as well. Not only do we have all of your country hits from the 60s through the 2000s, we have a lot of rural lifestyle programming. Betsy Freeze with Living the Country Life. Susan Littlefield has Cattle Call, and she also has the Final Bell on there. Sabrina Halverson and her husband Rusty, Egg on Tap. Lori Boyer, she's the Egg Queen. And we have her podcast as well on Thursday morning at 9. And we do Off the Cuff. Sabrina Halverson, Susan Littlefield, and myself. Each week we have a special guest. Last week we had a professor from Ukraine join us who packed up her 2 children late one night and made her escape and is now at Kansas State University. We're going to actually repeat that interview this week. If you missed it, you can get it either on our podcast or you can listen Saturday and Sunday morning at 9 o'clock at ruralrootscountry.com. Beef show coming up tomorrow, 9 o'clock. tomorrow morning. And we'll have the livestock auction as well tomorrow night at 7. Oh, that one pig doesn't want to go into the pen. Trying to make a break for it. Our judge will separate out the whites. Separates out the white ribbons. Then it's the red ribbons. And then it's the blues. So the longer you're in the arena, the better it is. Our judge is right in front of us. So he's kind of a little bit out of the view. Now he comes back in. Third class of pigs this evening here at the Buffalo County Fair. The 2022 Swine Show. Thank you to our sponsors, including Alcivia Co-op, a leading member-owned agriculture fuel cooperative serving Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois. Visit alcivia.com. SFB Security Financial Bank, where electronic banking is easy. Visit sfbank.com. Sundstrom & Company, your local tax experts. Call them now for end-of-year tax planning, 672-4425 to schedule your appointment today. Prime Realty, the area's #1 home seller. Visit their website at primerealitymidwest.com. Adams Super Service, your Napa Gold Car Care Center, Durand, offering complete auto service and shuttle and service and loaner vehicles while they fix your vehicle. N-Tech, your premier communications and entertainment provider, Durand. And Dunn Energy, your Touchstone energy partner. Please thank all of our sponsors. They make our broadcasts possible, these live streams possible on our YouTube channel and on our website. Please give them a call, drop them an email, visit their store and tell them thank you for supporting these broadcasts and live streams. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do this. So please thank our sponsors. They are the ones that make these live streams possible. Getting close to our blues. Looks like we're down to 5. 5 remaining. We have one in the back corner here that a little bit out of our view. Oh, make that 4 remaining. So we down to our final 4. Three remaining.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Judge Pearson has the blue ribbon hogs sorted into the pen, so which means our 4th and final class of market barrel exhibitors, you should be getting your hogs ready. On deck, we have Nathan Picka, Kyla Taylor, Trevor Mahatka, Bailey Brummer, Miriam Sandberg, Sophia Sandberg, Callie Gifford, Trevor Wick, Madeline Wick, Madison Kraleski, Ben Picka, Tegan Kraleski, and Lauren Kraleski, you are on deck.
Really nice class barrows out here in our, I guess this would be our heavyweight class, and then there's a super heavyweight class after this. So within our top trio of blue ribbon barrows out here, I think a hog that in terms of just structure, balance, muscle, all those types of things, the young lady's blue butt right here is going to be our class winner today. I think really a fresh made, attractive appearing barrow, always coming at you and going away, really opened up underneath, but really one that goes out and moves real sound. I think a pig that maintains its top shape really well, pig that's real flexible off both ends, just a nice place for me to tie into. I realize the young man's mass barrel coming in second, maybe not quite as expressively muscled as maybe a couple other pigs in class, but I think he's still a really good structured hog. I think he's a pig that's really bold in terms of his blade, one that's really loose in terms of his structure. I'd like to just pull him apart in terms of his hip-loin juncture. I'd like to give him just a shot more muscle to get around our class winner, but that second place barrel definitely garners a lot of appreciation in class from a structure standpoint. The young lady's third place barrel coming in next. Really a big outline, bold constructed kind of a hog that I really like when he stands. A pig that definitely has a tremendous amount of muscle. He's really wide. He's a little bit too wide for me out here today. He gets a little bit more pulled apart and blown out through his front end. A pig that wants to just get a little bit more tired. He's kind of ready to go back, but definitely a hog you have to appreciate for his skeleton and muscle. We get into that red ribbon pen of hogs, and really another nice set of barrels in through here. Young lady's barrel coming in next. Really a bold centered kind of a barrel, one you have to appreciate for that. He gets just a little bit narrower up underneath. The two belted barrels coming in next. Pigs that, again, have some muscle shape to them yet, maybe just carrying a little bit more condition, maybe don't balance up quite as well as some of the pigs right above. We get into that next pen of hogs here. I think pigs that definitely have some shape to them still, but again, maybe just need a little bit more look, a little bit more balance to get up higher in class here as we run them out. Pigs that maybe don't balance up quite as well. And then we get into our last pen of pigs here. I think pigs that definitely had put on some good weight and have been growing well this spring and into the summer. Pigs that maybe just don't shape up quite as well from a show pig standpoint. Pigs that just need a little bit more muscle and power. But overall, a really nice set of barrels. Let's give them another round of applause.
All right, congratulations to our two blues coming out of that last class. Second place went to Nolan Hunger. And your first blue in that third class of market barrels to Emma Pronjinski. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the ring is ready for our fourth and final class of market barrels. Exhibitors entering the ring now should be Nathan Picca, Kyla Taylor, Trevor Mahatga, Bailey Brummer, Miriam Sandberg, Sophia Sandberg, Callie Gifford, Trevor Wick, Madeline Wick, Madison Kraleski, Ben Picca, Tegan Kraleski, and Lauren Kraleski. Once again, 13 exhibitors in this fourth and final class of market barrels. I think we got all 13. Judge Pearson, your weight range in this class goes from 305 to 342.
You're watching coverage of the 2022 Buffalo County Swine Show from the Buffalo County Fair in Mondovi. I'm Brian Winnikins from Real Country 1430 AM stereo and 107.3 FM WRDN. Thank you for joining us this evening. There's a lot of pigs out there. Our fourth class here of market barrels. Coming up tomorrow, we'll have the beef show starting at 9 and the livestock auction tomorrow night at 7. If you missed any of the shows from the Dunn County Fair last week, those are also on our YouTube channel at Durand Broadcasting WRDN. If you'd like to watch one of those from last week, we do get a lot of comments. We receive a lot of comments that folks like to watch the shows after the fact on a cold January night. By the way, we are almost we're just approaching 2 weeks away from our very first football broadcast of the 2022-2023 season with Durand Panther football. And like last year, we will not only have it on the air, but we'll also do the live video streams on our YouTube channel, also on the Durand Arkansas School District YouTube channel, and on NTech Channel 99. At least all of the home games. The away games will hopefully be able to still do video streaming. It always depends on where we're at, especially in football. Because sometimes the internet is suspect and it's just enough to be able to do the radio broadcast. But we'll have them on the radio, on our audio streaming service and video streaming service as well. coming up in 2 weeks already. Wow. August 19th. Next week we'll be in Ellsworth for the Pierce County Fair, and once again we'll have the dairy, beef, and swine shows and the livestock auction too.
All right, folks, Judge Pearson has the blue ribbon hogs sorted out in the main pen, which means exhibitors in our first class of market gilts, you should be getting your hogs ready. This includes Kryn Zabieski, Addison Johnson, Ryan Sumner, Bella Bork, Mackenzie Kanitzer, Xander Rissler, and Gwendolyn Bork. You are on deck.
we've got our super heavyweight barrel class out here, and a little bit bigger set of barrels all the way through, and maybe just a little bit past their 12 o'clock in some respects in terms of freshness and market readiness out here. They're definitely ready to go. It's just a little bit later in the game here for them. I guess for me, in terms of this size of barrel, in terms of freshness and structure, I think the young ladies predominantly white, gray, however you want to pigment this, you're going to be our first place barrel here today. Congratulations. The lighter barrel is probably just, in terms of freshness and structure, probably just a little bit more my speed. Barrel that's a little bit more opened up underneath. Maybe gets out and travels just a little bit freer, coming at you and going away. A pig that if we'd want to change him, we'd maybe like to extend him out through his front end. I think that's where the barrel in second, the young ladies barrel, probably has a little bit more of an advantage there. Congratulations. I think a barrel that's maybe a little bit taller fronted, a little bit longer fronted, but for me, maybe he just wants to get a little bit more in at his hawk to ground as he travels. And the barrel in third blue here out here, exhibitor 294, I think a barrel you certainly have to appreciate. A pig that has some muscle and some width and some skeleton, maybe just gets a little heavier fronted out here when we get down to it. Really a nice set of heavyweight barrels out here to drive. We get into our red ribbon pen of hogs, and I think pigs that, as we're getting up here in weight, I think pigs that are still acceptable in terms of their muscle. Maybe we want to freshen them up a little bit. Young man's barrel coming out next. A pig that definitely has some, he's square bladed. He's a pig that travels fine. He's maybe a little bit not quite as fresh in terms of his skin and hair as maybe some of the other barrels out here, but you have to appreciate him for what he is. The next two barrels coming out, long-sided, long pattern barrels, maybe ones we just like to fix from hawk to ground as they travel. We get into our next pen of barrels here as we open the gate and let them out. Definitely barrels that you have to appreciate. They're hogs that have grown well for these three exhibitors. Maybe pigs that aren't quite as shapely, pigs that don't have quite that hourglass shape that we're maybe looking for, pigs that maybe get a little bit more closed up underneath as they travel. And our last pen of pigs that's coming out, I think definitely pigs that have grown well, pigs that just don't have quite as much flash and bang as some of the other barrels within the drive, but really nice class of super heavyweights. Let's give them all a round of applause.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your top two hogs from that final class of market barrels. Your second blue went to Callie Gifford, and your first blue in that final class of market barrels, Sophia Sandberg. All right, the arena is empty, and we are ready for our first class of market gilts tonight. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 exhibitors in this first class of market gilts. We've got Corinne Zabieski, Addison Johnson, Ryan Sumner, Bella Bork, Mackenzie Koenitzer, Xander Rissler, and Gwendolyn Bork. I think we're waiting on one, Judge Pearson. Addison Johnson. Addison Johnson, are you back there? All right, I think we see her coming. She's on her way. Here she comes. All right, Judge Pearson, we have all 7 hogs in the ring. Weight ranges on this class of market gilts go from 223 pounds to 258 pounds.
Pretty active gilts out there in this first class of gilts. Here at the 2022 Buffalo County Swine Show. Thank you to our sponsors as well of our video streams, including Synergy Co-op, your local LS tractor dealer. Visit synergy.com for more information. Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture and rural communities. Visit compeer.com for more information. Bluff Country Feed and Seed, your Dairyland seed dealer, and featuring feed for your livestock at Mondovi. O'Galley Cheese Factory. Visit O'Galley Cheese for all of your snacking needs, featuring cheese, locally made beef sticks, sausages, and more. They're open 7 days a week. Highway 25 at Durand. Numbers R Us, Common Sense Bookkeeping and more. They're a certified QuickBooks Pro Advisor and Daily Money Manager. Visit them online at numbersrus.com. Pierce Pep Cooperative Services, your Touchstone Energy partner. Shannon Crop Services, your local PIP seeds dealer and crop insurance advisor. Menominee, 24/7 in West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities from the ground up. Find out more. Visit wwt.coop. And Provisions Health, Durand, changing the way you experience healthcare. Visit provisions.health for more information. Please thank our sponsors. Again, without the support of these businesses, couldn't bring you today's live stream from the Buffalo County Swine Show. So please give these businesses a call. Drop them an email, visit their store, tell them thank you for supporting these live streams. So we narrow down the field here in this first class of gilts. Well, we have one of the gilts saying, no, I am not going in the pen. And the gilt gets away again, giving our handlers a little bit of a run for their money here. And they get them up to the front. Well, they got to make the turn here. Uh-oh. It's like, no, I'm not going that way. And they finally get them in. Hey!
We get into our first class of market gilts, and in our lightweight division, we've got 2 belted gilts out here, and I think the pig, in terms of design and look and overall just muscle and probably more so market readiness, I'm going to elect to use, I know I'm giving up a little bit of size, I'm going to use the young ladies gilt to win the class. I think this pig's really just a really good balance, good structured kind of a gilt. I think a pig that definitely is fresh in terms of her muscle. Definitely one that she is not quite at her end point yet. She needs a few more days. But I think a pig that's very youthful, a pig that's very practical, good structured, and fresh in her look. A nice place to start. Young ladies gilt in second, probably a little bit bolder ribbed, probably a little heavier structured kind of a gilt. Maybe for me, she gets a little bit too plain through her front end. I'd maybe like to see her a little bit more opened up underneath. I'd like to see her a little bit square tracking from hock to ground. But definitely a gilt you have to give the nod to from a muscle standpoint. You certainly have to appreciate that about that blue ribbon gilt. We get into that red ribbon pen of pigs here. And definitely we've got 2 gilts coming in next. I'm going to elect to use the young man's white bear or gilt coming in next. Really one that probably just a little bit heavier structured, one that maybe isn't quite as bloomy in terms of her muscle shape over her top, but one that's very good in terms of her structure, very heavy skeleton, long-sided kind of a gilt. The young lady's red belted, red influence hog coming in next. Really an expressively hammed, big hammed kind of a hog that has some foot and bone underneath her. She maybe gets a little bit more closed up underneath, maybe not quite as bold made as some other pigs in the lineup. We get into our next pen here. We've got 2 kind of exotic colored barrows, and the young lady's fast hog coming in next. Really an athletic, good moving kind of a barrel. Both these hogs just need a little bit more balance to them as we travel and go. And the young lady's spotted influence gilt we're going to conclude with, really a long-sided, big skeleton kind of a hog. We just need a little bit more muscle and balance to get her placed higher in class. Overall, really nice class of market gilts, number 1. Let's give them a round of applause.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our 2 blues in that first class of market gilts. Second blue went to Bella Bork. And your first blue in that first class of market gilts went to Kryn Zabieski. All right, the ring is empty. We're ready for our second class of market gilts. Entering the ring now should be Natalie Bork, Nolan Bramer, Olivia Taylor, Eddie Dietrich, Emmett Faulkner, Allison George, Evan Gray, Alana Back, and Quinn Sandberg. 9 exhibitors in this second class of market gilts. One more. It's on its way. All right, Judge Pearson, we got all our hogs in the ring. Weight range in this group of market gilts ranges from 262 pounds to 277. Tight window here on this second group of market gilts.
watching coverage of the 2022 Buffalo County Swine Show here on Duran Broadcasting WRDN and online at realcountry1430.com. I'm Brian Winnekins. Thank you for joining us this evening. If you're into NASCAR, we'll have NASCAR from Michigan this weekend on the radio and online on our streaming audio service. We'll be from Michigan on Saturday with the Xfinity Series race. That's starting at about 2 o'clock. And then on Sunday, the NASCAR Cup race starting at 1. That'll be on air and online at realcountry1430.com.
All right, exhibitors, the judge has the blue ribbon hogs sorted out into the arena. So on deck, we got Lydia Evans, Cecilia Dietrich, Cash Brendan, Jaden Brendan, Logan Bramer, Dawson Tron, Gavin Kurleski, and Trevor Schultz. Exhibitors, you are on deck.
Two very nice market gilts in our blue ribbon set here, and I think there's definitely some succinct differences in terms of how they're built and made. I guess for me, probably the one that caught my eye coming in and continues to grow on me is the young lady's Speckled barrel. We're going to use him to win the class today. Excuse me, gilt. We're judging market gilts. I got to keep everything gender positive here. I think probably a gilt in terms of just overall structure, quality, look. Really just an attractive pattern, good made market hog. One that I think probably giving you the extra bells and whistles, probably from hock to ground, probably just tracks away a little bit squarer and truer, maybe a little bit more boulder bladed, one that just bounces up, is a little bit more crisp in her top shape. I think the young lady's gilt coming in second, their crinkled ear gilt, is definitely one you have to appreciate. She's really heavy structured, again, really a crisp top, kind of a gilt that has a lot of expression to her. For me, I just like to see her go away just a little bit freer and truer, but two real nice blue ribbon gilts to lead off. It gets close for me, and I think in the second pen of hogs here, the first pen coming out, really two nice gilts that definitely have some muscle shape to them, definitely have some foot and bone to them. For me, I guess the young lady's gilt coming in next is really really heavy structured, probably of the top trio of gilts, really the heaviest structured, biggest skeleton kind of a gilt. For me, she gets a little bit too narrowed up underneath as she goes away, not quite as much dimension of muscle when I see her from behind. Young man's gilt coming in next, really another expressively muscled gilt, doesn't have quite the overall shine to place higher in class. We get into our next pen of hogs here. I think two gilts that definitely from a carcass standpoint really have a lot of good going their way. For me, I guess in terms of structure, they get a little bit too open underneath. They get a little too out and bowed when they travel away from me. I just like to see them walk and travel just a little bit truer from all angles. And the pigs we're going to conclude with. Young man's gilt coming in next, the black gilt, definitely one that's good in her lines. She moves good. She just doesn't have enough to her to get higher in class. The young man's barrel or gilt coming out next, it's still in the pen. Definitely a gilt that has some muscle to her, just doesn't balance up quite as well. We'd like to elevate her up in her tail set a little bit. And the young lady's polka dotted hog we're going to conclude with, really a long-sided gilt, just doesn't have the overall flash and muscle as the other gilts in class. Let's give them another round of applause here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your first two blues in that first round of market gilts. Second blue went to Olivia Taylor, and your first blue in that first class went to Allison George. All right, we've got the arena ready for our second class of market gilts. Entering the ring should be Lydia Evans, Cecilia Dietrich, Cash Brendan, Jaden Brendan, Logan Bramer, Dawson Tron, Gavin Kraleski, and Trevor Schultz. 8 hogs. Reminder to all our first blue winners, if you were a first blue winner after this class of market gilts, we are going to crown our grand champion and reserve champion hog of the evening. So if you're a first blue winner, make sure you have your hog ready after this class. All right, I think all our hogs are in the ring. Judge Pearson, weight range in this class of market gilts goes from 288 to 337.
So we'll have we'll do the grand champion here after this class, and then we'll conclude our coverage from the fair. So we still have the grand champion to name here. That'll be after this class, and that'll conclude our coverage this evening from the 2022 Buffalo County Swine Show, and we'll be back tomorrow morning bright and early at 9 a.m. for the beef show. And then tomorrow night it's the livestock auction at 7. Again, thank you to all of our sponsors. Please thank all the sponsors we've been chatting about throughout the show tonight. Drop them an email, give them a call. Visit their store, please, and tell them thank you for sponsoring our live streams. They're the ones that make these live streams possible. By tomorrow morning, this show will be on our YouTube channel at Durand Broadcasting WRDN, and if you want to watch it again, you'll be able to do that. We do save these. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and click the bell for future notifications. You'll always then be notified when we have something live or something we've recorded and have put up onto the channel. You'll be notified tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock once the beef show starts. If you like, share, and subscribe, and click the bell for future notifications. We'll also be in Ellsworth next week, doing it all over again at the Pierce County Fair. Again, this is our final class before we name our grand champion.
All right, once again, all you first blues, any exhibitor that got a first blue on your hog, you should be getting your hog ready to come back to the arena. The judge has the blues sorted out here in this last group of market gilts, and then we're going to crown our grand and reserve champion of the evening.
We're into our heavyweight class of market gilts here, and I think in terms of muscle, freshness, look, probably two more attractive gilts that sifted themselves up to the top of the class of heavyweights here. We talk about them. I think they're both really good structured gilts. I guess for me, in terms of muscle and overall, just to mention and quality, the young ladies belted gilt just kind of gives a nod here out here. Congratulations. really, in terms of freshness, still real fresh topped. Maybe at times she can loin up just a little bit. I think just still a pig that has quite a bit of muscle expression. Really a wide base, good structured, heavy built, kind of a gilt that's really crisp in her top. Young lady's gilt in second. It actually gets real close for me between that one and the red gilt coming into that second wave. I guess for me, probably from a structure standpoint, probably a little squarer built, probably just a little sounder at the ground, maybe one that's just a little bit nicer in her lines. She's maybe not quite as fresh in terms of her top shape today. She gets a little bit more up in her chine bone but just a nice place for second. We get into our red ribbon set of pigs here. The young man's red gilt coming in next. Pig you really have to appreciate. She's super heavy structured. A pig that definitely has a lot of product. Definitely one that for her weight and size still maintaining herself and is fairly fresh. Maybe not quite as attractive in terms of her pattern, but the Duroc breed in itself usually a bit lower fronted, lower headed kind of a hog. But I think a gilt that has a lot of utility and value from a carcass standpoint. Young man's speckled white gilt coming in next, really a bold centered hog, just a little bit too waisty, doesn't have quite as much natural muscle expression as some of the other pigs right above. We get into our next pen. I think a couple of gilts maybe just don't have quite as much to them in terms of structure. The young lady's gilt coming out next, really on the stand, a gilt that's really a nice carcass gilt. For me, gets a little bit too broken as she goes. Young man's red gilt coming in next, really a good moving kind of a gilt. Not quite as much muscle shape to her. And the two pigs we're going to conclude with, pigs that are definitely big outline, big structured kind of gilts, but don't have the overall quality to place higher in class. Need a little bit more muscle and balance. Let's give all these exhibitors another round of applause.
All right, folks, our two blues from that final class of market gilts. The second blue went to Jaden Brendan, and your first blue in that class to Lydia Evans. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get our first blue ribbon hogs back in the arena. And we are going to crown our Grand and Reserve champion of the evening. It's usually the old. All right, so our first blue winners tonight, we're looking for Josie Hulke, Chase Back, Emma Prunjinsky, Sophia Sandberg, Kryn Zabieski, Allison George, and Lydia Evans, I think, is still out there. We should have 7 exhibitors here for vying for our Grand and Reserve champion. All right, we'd like to thank some of our donors here. Our grand champion tonight is going to walk away with a trophy donated by... The grand champion trophy tonight is donated by Sunny Ridge Farms. Reserve champion tonight is going to a trophy donated by Dink Farms. And then we've got some banners for our grand and reserve champion tonight that were donated by Doug George Plumbing. So let's thank Sunny Ridge, Dink Farms, and Doug George Plumbing for their donations tonight for our grand and reserve champion. All right, reminder to all you exhibitors who got a second blue. If you got a second blue tonight, you have the opportunity, if the exhibitor in your class who got the first blue wins grand champion, you can bring your hog back into the arena to be in contention for reserve champion. So all you exhibitors who got a second blue tonight, make sure you are ready for your name to be called.
Again, this is the naming of our grand champion. And then we'll have reserve champion, and that will conclude our coverage from tonight's swine show. And then we'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for the beef show. So these are all of our class champions in the arena at the moment.
let's give our market hog exhibitors out here a huge round of applause. Really nice lineup of first place blue gilts and barrows out here in our grand drive, and as we compete for our champion market hog at the Buffalo County Fair. I think I'm not going to talk about all these pigs individually, but I think I just really impressed with the quality and caliber, not only hogs but kids I've been dealing with all evening. And hats off to not only the exhibitors that are standing out here, but the parents and the mentors and the families that are all ringside that have helped get you here. The pigs really look tremendous, and there's a lot to be proud of, not only of your exhibits that have been in the ring, but of your kids that are here. No better way for a kid to be busy and stay out of trouble than having livestock, and I can certainly be a testament to that. And hopefully my daughter wants to get into this someday too, because I think it's not only fun for the kids, I think it's fun for the parents as well. So with that being said, I think in terms of just true muscle shape, freshness, really attractively patterned, just up-headed, always driving right, always looking 12 o'clock. I think there's a barrow out here that I really like quite a bit in class, and there's a barrow out here that I really like here in the overall. I'm going to tell you which one it is right now. It's the young man with his pig sorting out in the end here. Let's give this young man a big round of applause.
Congratulations, Chase Back, with your grand champion hog here this evening. That means Macy Hunger. Macy Hunger, you can bring your hog back to the arena for reserve champion.
We get down to it, and there's another pig in the drive here that I think is really up-headed, really heavy structured, one that really doesn't ever give you a bad look. That's going to be the young lady's barrow right here. She's going to be our reserve. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Emma Pronjinski. Emma Pronjinski with a reserve champion hog here this evening. All right.
And so that is going to wrap up our coverage from the Buffalo County Swine Show, and we'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock with the beef show from the Buffalo County Fair. I'm Brian Winnikins for WRDN Radio. Hope you enjoyed the video stream tonight. Have a great evening.